are going to discuss message writing. So I'm going to review one situation, and suppose you are alone at home waiting for your parents and you immediately have to rush to the hospital as your friend has met with an accident. What do you do in such situation? So what we are going to do, we will simply leave a written message for the concerned person. So thus learning to write a short and effective message becomes very important. So yes, let's start learning message writing. So first of all, try to understand what is a message. Okay, a message is a short piece of information that is written for someone to whom you are unable to speak for some reason. Sometimes a message is passed on through a telephone. However, if the person for whom the message is meant is not available, then someone else receives the message and conveys it to the concerned person by writing it. The main points of the conversation should be incorporated in the message accurately and clearly. So I hope you understood, what a message is. Okay, so what happens, why do we write a messages? Try to understand this. Like if somebody called you and the message was from your father's friend, and at that time your father was not at home. So in that situation, and you have to go to somewhere, and you have to carry your phone with you also, and at that time your father was also not having any phone, otherwise the father's friend could have called him. Okay, so in that situation, what would you do? You will write a message, right? So what are the points which are supposed to be kept in mind while writing a message? So I have written that here. First is, a message should be enclosed in a box. It should be written in the proper format. Okay, and the format I'm going to share with you in the next slide. Word limit should be 50 words. Message can be written as an informal or a formal note. Okay. Next is, let us discuss few more points. Okay, that needs to be remembered the time we are writing a message. First is, write the word message at the top. So that is really important. So if you are writing that message, okay, the word message has to be written in bold letters, okay, at the top. The date and time of writing the message must be written. This information can be placed on either side of the box. So date is also important and time is also very important. Contents of the message should be brief and precise. It's not like you're going to write like 180 or 120 words message. Okay, it has to be very short. Put the sentence name at the end of the message. So who is writing the message, his name should also be there, right, at the end of the message. So few more things. First is, remember, you don't need to write sender's or receiver's address as in the case of letters. So the way you write the sender's and receiver's address in formal letter or an informal letter, you are not supposed to write that here when you're writing a message. Next is, there should be no room for confusion. So everything that you're writing in the message has to be very clear. Okay, it should be easily comprehended by the person who is reading it. Do not add any extra information. So whatever has been told, okay, by the other person, and the message that has to be conveyed to the other one, okay, all the information has to be there. Okay, there should be no confusion in that. Do not add any extra information. I just told you, before writing the message, read the given conversation very carefully. So the question that would be given to you, you are supposed to read the conversation, okay, very carefully, so that you would understand what is to be written there when you are writing a message. Clearly identify the person who is writing the message and the person to whom you are writing. Okay, so these two names should be very clear, right? The contents of the message should not go beyond the box. Everything that you are going to write has to be inside, right? It should not go beyond the box, right? The purpose of writing a message should be very clear. So what is the purpose? Okay, why are you writing this message? That also has to be. Next is, body of the message must answer 3 questions. So these 3 questions are supposed to be answered, okay, because these are very important. First is who called. So who was the person who called? What was the message? When was the message written? Okay, so the time of the message we are talking about. Now you can see the format here, right? So this is the correct format of writing a message. So you have to write message at the top, as I told you initially. So message should be written in bold, a letter uppercase. Date, then after that you will write time. Date has to be alphanumeric. You are not going to write it that way, 2, like then 4 and then 20, not that way. It has to be alphanumeric. Time, okay, time of the message. Salutation, like here you have to write the name of the person who's going to receive the message, and then here your name, and here the content of the message. Now the content should be written within 50 words, right?